L.A.B. Me, your man, Louis T. Welcome to the 2019 NFL Draft Prospects 101 series, your guide to some of the biggest and hottest names of the 2019 NFL Draft. We're talking quarterbacks, and this next guy is becoming a very polarizing figure in the upcoming 2019 NFL Draft. He just reportedly ripped up his pro day and has people buzzing around league circles as to the prospects of this guy being a big-time quarterback at the next level. I myself, I'm not a huge fan. There is enough tape and enough evidence that kind of speaks to the contrary. But in any event, the guy is very talented. There's no mistaking that. And I think I see 10 to 12-year NFL career written all over West Virginia quarterback Will Grier. However, I don't see him being a consistent starter in this league. But if he is the comp that I'm going to comp him to, if he does measure up, then he'll be a starter multiple times over in this league. He just won't stick in any one situation. But I think I'm somewhat jaded by the fact that he didn't finish his career where he started it. If he would have finished his career as a Florida Gator, and not just because of Florida, but in the SEC in particular, it would have given me a little bit more confidence that this guy can get it done. And it really doesn't matter, SEC, Big 12. If you get it done, you get it done. And Will Grier got it done at West Virginia. But I think I would have felt a little bit differently about him had he done this at, say, Florida, where he started his career but didn't finish it because he was suspended and banned for PEDs and ended up transferring over to West Virginia. Nonetheless, there is enough stuff here that we're going to comb over that kind of leads me to believe that I'm not wrong here. That Will Grier is solid, but he's not great. And I'll give you all of the tape here. We got 2017 games and 18 games to comb over as we take a look at Will Grier. But I think that all of the hype and hoopla surrounding Will Grier is unfounded. But we'll see. He's 6'2", 223, out of West Virginia, 3-year starter, 2.5-year starter, 1 year at Florida, and the other 2 at West Virginia. This is a guy that got better as his career wore on. And I think this is a guy that is, like I said, has all the tools necessary, but doesn't do things in the conventional manner. And I'll say this, and then we'll start looking at his tape. In the NFL, you're graded for every single snap that you take as a player, whether you play offensive line, running back, receiver, hell, long snapper, all right? You get graded on every single play. And there's 2 criteria for your grades. There's technique, and then there's execution, all right? So the technique portion of it is, hey, how did you perform your job? Did you do it in the right technical manner? Did you use the right fundamentals? And then the other portion is, hey, did you just get your job done? The execution portion of it. Hey, look, it may not be pretty, but you got it done. That's all we care about. So there, you put those 2 grades together, and that's how you get your grade for each individual play. For Will Grier, there's a lot of times where you're looking and you're saying, man, that execution, you got it done. But the way you did it, the technical aspect of it, man, was that ugly. That's not how we coach it. So, and this is the problem. There's times where he gets it done, and he's, despite his technical flaws, and then there are times where because of those technical flaws, he doesn't get it done. And that's where you have a problem. And that's where the problem lies with me, with Will Grier. So, and also decision-making. And that's a big one for Will Grier. But in any event, let's get to his tape. I've talked long enough. Let's jump into this first game. Virginia Tech on the road. And look, it's a neutral site game in 2017, but for all intents and purposes, it's at FedEx Field, which is in the backyard of Virginia Tech. So for all intents and purposes, this is a road game. I remember watching this game live. I was on vacation, and this is the first time I really was exposed to Will Grier in a West Virginia uniform. And I must say, I was quite impressed. This game came down to the very last snap. It was a very entertaining game. Let's get to it. We start with this first play, Will Grier faking the handoff and rolling out to his left, stop and pop off his back foot. This is not how you draw this up. 43 air yards, doesn't quite get to its intended target. It's incomplete, but not a bad throw. But if he would have stopped, planted a little bit better, maybe he gets that football to his receiver. Nonetheless, you look at this next play, and this is a situation. Look at the bottom of the screen. You got one-on-one with the receiver and the cornerback. Instead, he elects to go up top into triple coverage. Wow. Why, Will? Why? 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 That should have been picked off. He got lucky there. That should have been picked off. This next play, you get a little look at the wheels of Will Grier. Now, he's not the best athlete in this draft, far from it, but he's not the worst either. I think his athleticism is somewhat underrated. The guy can move, and so I like that aspect of his game. Here, it's 4th down, 4th and 2 to be exact, but you got to do something on 4th down, but not this, Will. What are you, come on, guy, what are you doing? Don't do that. I get it. It's 4th and 2. It doesn't make you any, it doesn't do you any good to throw the football out of bounds. I get that, but don't do that. Don't throw it to the other team. But Will does that. Will do that. So he did it here. This next play really pisses you off because you get the matchup that you desire here. You get a wide receiver on a linebacker in the slot. You can't ask for this any better. Your receiver does what he's supposed to do. He wins big. And Will misses. This should have been 6. And look at the receiver. He knows. Jennings knows. I got 6 here. Will knows it too. He's jumping up and down. He missed. Here, it's a really good throw on a back shoulder fade to David Sills. And this is a hell of a throw here by Will Grier. Throw his guy open into the end zone. Touchdown. That's a really good ball by Will Grier there. This right here on this next play, this is actually not a bad throw. A better throw, and it's a touchdown, but this is a tough angle throw. Anytime you throw over the middle of the field over a defender, and a defender was in his face, it's a tough throw. That's a great catch. That's not a bad throw, though. Better throw when he walks in the end zone, but that's not a bad throw. This right here, I talked about technique versus execution. This is it. Look at his footwork here. This is as bad as it gets. But look at the end result, though. I mean, you can't throw it any better than this. But that's terrible footwork. Like, don't jump in the air and throw the football at the same time. What are you doing, man? That's a hell of a throw, though. And that's what you get from Will Grier from time to time. Here, it's a nice ball here for a touchdown. Look at this strike on a slant. He's backpedaling, too. That's terrible footwork again. Backpedaling away. But, damn it, you can't throw that slant any better than that to David Sills, the 5th. That's a hell of a throw there. Yeah, Will. Yeah, that's a hell of a throw, bro. This next one, it's a pretty deep ball. And like I said, you don't always get the best technique, but that's good. Look at that good pocket presence. Look at him launch this 42 air yards right on the button to Jennings. That's a hell of a throw there by Will Grier down the sidelines. This next play, he sees the defender's numbers. You know, if you see as a quarterback over the middle of the field, you see a defender's number, it's time to eat. You throw that football in there and you give your guy a chance. It's a nice drill job there by Will Grier. Nice broken tackle there by Jennings. And now he's off to the races into the end zone. And that's what happens when you see the numbers of a defender over the middle of the field. Give your guy a chance. And that's what Grier did there. That's a hell of a play. Here, let's take a pause and look at the game awareness. So now we're getting into the latter stages of this game. West Virginia is down 31-24 in this game. 4th quarter, 50 seconds left, 3rd and 5 in this game. You can't predetermine this. Let's roll it now. You can't predetermine your throw here. You need a first down, obviously, to extend the game, but he predetermines his throw here, and it should have been picked off. He got away with one here, and if that safety was able to go up a little bit higher and get that football, and great job by David Sills to break that up. That's a pick, and the game's over. Instead, he gets new life, and I love this. I love this right here. 4th down, game on the line. All right, find a way. I don't really give a shit how you do it. Find a way. And this is the grittiness that I love with Will Grier, and that's why that comp that I'm going to give you at the end, it reminds me of that guy. Look at that. Jumping over a guy. Yeah, give him the first down, Will. You deserve to, boy. Way to get that first down with your legs. So now you extend the game. Now it's 3rd and 4, 22 seconds left. Again, 3rd down. Find a way. I don't really care how you do it. Just get it done. And Will, again, using his wheels to move the sticks and extend this game. Great job by Will Grier to pick up the first down. I don't know what the hell he was doing there. He should have just been making a beeline for out of bounds, but whatever. Got the first down in college football. Clock stops. So here we are now. He gave it a run. All right. This right here, he gave it a run, and this is a good throw, man. I mean, look, he's moving around the pocket. He's backpedaling. He's fighting his ass off. Catch the ball. It's not the best throw. It's not the worst throw. He gave it a run. He gave it a shot. That was the best opportunity they had to try to tie the game up and send it to overtime. Instead, they lose the game 31-24 in a thrilling, epic game, but a loss nonetheless. Now we move on to the next game against TCU on the road. And this one, is a good look at Will Grier against one of the better defenses in 2017 in the TCU Horned Frogs. Now, again, not a lot of teams in the Big 12 play defense. TCU in 2017 was one of the few that did. So I was anxious to see how he did in this football game. So let's take a look in 2017 on the road versus TCU. And you see how well TCU was playing at the time. They were ranked 8th in the nation, and at the time undefeated at 4-0. So this first play, I talked about him being a gamer. You saw it at the end of that Virginia Tech game where he used his legs to extend. Look here, look at this spin, look at that. William, hey, when you do stuff like that, I gotta call you by your whole government name. William, how dare you spin on that man like that? That's gorgeous. Look at William using the wheels and then sliding so he doesn't take a shot. That's nice. Look at this one more time, man. And pressure up. Let me step up. Oh, you think you about to get me? Spin cycle. Ooh, hit him like Michael with the spin cycle. They ain't know what to do there. And then William gets up the field and gets some extra yards and gets down. So this one here, I talked about the fadeaway slant for the touchdown against Virginia Tech. That technique is going to get you beat more times than it's going to succeed. He's fading away here. Why? You got a clean pocket? Where you going? Where you going, bruh? Step into that throw wide open. That's third down. Now you got to settle for a field goal. Don't do that. He missed. And watch Will on this one. Hands on the head. You know why? Because he knows he missed an opportunity to move the sticks and potentially get 7 out of that drive. Instead, you got to settle for a field goal attempt. That's not winning football. Can't miss. That's an easy throw in a clean pocket, wide open receiver. That cannot happen. And he knows it. He knows it. Watch him fading on this. Feet just happy as they can be. Why are you throwing this jumping backwards? Look at that throw. He doesn't give his receiver a chance. He's wide open. That's a first down on 3rd and 3. And he knows it. He knows it. Yeah. That's why Will Grier, to me, is average. And this next throw here, again, not ideal footwork, but again, it gets the job done. He's jumping and throwing again. But look at this football, though. I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Didn't catch it, but it was in there. That's not his fault. That football was there. You got to give the defender some credit, but that's a hell of a throw. This next one, more questionable footwork. And I think this is more miscommunication than anything else. There's an interception thrown here, but I think his receiver and him weren't on the same page. But his footwork wasn't good there either. You know, that's why the football sailed on him there. Like, too many times, there are too many technical flaws with Will Grier, and a lot of times his footwork breaks down when there's pressure or perceived pressure. Sometimes there's no pressure, as you saw on the 3rd down airmail job that he had to David Sills, the 5th. That's why at a pro day, I'm not all that impressed because there's no pressure. You know, there's nobody out there coming after you. You get to sit down. You got everything scripted. Yeah, his footwork's going to be beautiful. He's going to sling it, all that good stuff. I want to see with the pads on, with live bullets, with guys flying around you, how you keep the integrity of your footwork and your fundamentals. And with Will Grier, too many times, I just don't see the fundamentals being kept intact when there's pressure on him or he perceives pressure. He's too happy back there. Feet are bouncing around. He's fading away. He's doing all kinds of nonsense. You can see the miscommunication with the receivers there, but that football isn't even close. All right. It's not even close. So this is great anticipation by Will Grier. Poor eye discipline by the safety, and Grier makes him pay. Great throw there in stride to David Sills, who does the rest. And when you put the ball in stride like that, you give your receiver a chance to make the kind of move that he made on the safety to then get into the end zone. So that's a great ball by Will Grier, and great manipulation of the safety, and great throw by Will Grier there. This last one, I want to show you this play. So this corner blitz gets him here, all right? Earlier in the game, he doesn't see the corner blitz, gets sacked. I love the fact that he makes the adjustment later on in the game. So you're going to see this next play where they come with that same corner blitz. This time, Will Grier is able to diagnose it front side and make them pay for it. So you want to come with another corner blitz? Now I got one-on-one with my receiver, my best receiver, on your safety. Oh, I'm eating that up. Yum, yum. Eat them up. So you come with that same tired-ass corner blitz, this time from the front side where I can see it. Oh, yeah, you're going to pay for that. I love the fact that he made that adjustment. We saw a guy like Dwayne Haskins on tape fail to make the adjustment on corner blitz. Well, Will Grier in the same game makes the adjustment on corner blitz. Love the fact that he was able to do that. So you go to the next game here, and it's now Oklahoma State in 2017. And you know how these games can be really, really tough games in the Big 12, usually high scoring at that. And so I wanted to see against a team that we know every year can score points. Oklahoma State doesn't play a lick of defense, much like Oklahoma, but they score a boatload of points. So you got to be able to win a shootout, most likely against Oklahoma State. Let's see if Will Grier and the West Virginia Mountaineers are game in 2017. So here you get a clean pocket, and Will Grier here just drifting. I talked about this already. Throws a pick here. Where are you going, bruh? Why are you drifting? Just drifting. Float, float on, float on, float on. He's just drifting, man. And that ball just floats on his ass. Float, float, float on. Where you going, bro? Watch him. Watch him just drifting in the pocket. No pressure. Just drifting, just drifting, just drifting. Where you going? Where you going? Why are you doing that? Stand in there and deliver that football. And he's drifting, and the football just float, float, float on. He's just drifting away. And again, for the life of me, I can't understand it. I don't know why, but sometimes he just does that. So that interception, unnecessary. But this right here, it's a great deep ball, back shoulder. That's what I want to see. Stand tall in the pocket just like that. 43 air yards, back shoulder deep ball. You can't throw that any better. That was good coverage, but he threw his receiver open back shoulder there. Did he mean to do that? I don't know, but it was a hell of a throw. Either way, give him credit for it. Here, this is a tremendous a job of having poise in the pocket. There was a defender screaming down on him. Look at that throw with a guy jumping in your face as you're throwing it. That's tremendous. And he wasn't fading away. He wasn't drifting. He stood in there like a G and delivered that one. That was great. Here, bad idea, bad execution. Look, I don't know what he was looking at there. I really don't know. That right there is inexplicable. Receiver's not even looking. And I honestly don't think he was open anyway. Maybe if you throw that with some air, maybe he's able to run past the safety, but that's terrible right there. Maybe it's miscommunication, but generally those go on the quarterback's lap. Here, you like, Will, no, Will, no, Will, don't do that, Will. This is your third interception. What are you doing? Don't throw the ball up for grabs like that. He was in great position, and there was safety help over the top. Don't do that, Will. Come on, William. That's terrible. So, again, you have to take these with Will Grier. You're going to get these kinds of mishaps where you just ask yourself, why? Why? Why, Will? Look at his feet. He's all over the place, herky-jerky, throwing it up, jumping up and down, throwing it again. Terrible footwork. Guy is right there. What did he think he was going to get done there? I don't understand. The safety's over the top. I just don't know what he thought was going to happen there. So after his fourth interception of the day, he redeems himself with a half-hearted deep ball. I mean, it wasn't the best deep ball in the world. And look, it's one-on-one. You give your guy a chance. Much better footwork on this particular play than the last couple of plays where he's thrown interceptions. But you see on this play, he gives his guy a chance. And maybe if the defender plays this a little bit better, doesn't mistime his jump, and it's a little slight push off. A little push ain't never hurt nobody, right? And so you get a touchdown out of this. That's not bad, but you've thrown 4 interceptions. Look at the score now. Look, this is what you've done, all right? This is a great slant right here that he zings in here with a little bit of hot sauce. It's a great throw. But the damage is done. You threw 4 interceptions. You gave up 50 points at the crib. Can't do that. But when you make the kind of mistakes you made in this game, you got to pay. This is a nice little fade ball on the 2-point conversion here to David Sills in the corner. That's feathery soft. That's gorgeous. You know, too little, too late, but that's still a hell of a throw. You know, even with 125 left in the game and you already have lost. That's a hell of a throw though by Will Grier. And so he shows you again. Will giveth, Will taketh away, and he sure did give it away a few times in this game. Hell, more than a few, but nonetheless, we move on now to 2018 and a nice contest to start the season off versus an SEC opponent in Tennessee. How does Will Grier fare in 2018 against a quality SEC foe? Let's see what he does. So we start this one off with, at this point, you're in field goal range. You're at least getting a field goal opportunity here. Don't do this with William. Don't do this, William. He did it. Because running backwards off his back foot, that easily could have been picked off. And that's the kind of play where you just, bruh, throw it out of bounds. What are you doing? What are you doing here? This isn't a bad throw, you know, clean pocket though. Just missed him. I'd like you to hit that. You got a clean pocket, open receiver one-on-one. I'd really like you to hit that one. That's not a terrible throw, but I need that to be a little bit more accurate. All right, running back wins here. Good timing by Will Grier here. Running back wins. Come on the wheel up the sideline. Come on, man. Hit that. Don't miss that. Hit that. This is a nice little rollout to his left. Throw on the move back across his body. He can do this. And that's a really good throw into zone coverage to David Sills V. That's quality right there on the move, going opposite your body. Here, it's a clean pocket. This is clean mechanics from Will Grier. You don't get this from him very often. That's a good ball right there. You see the difference it makes when you don't jump in the air and try to throw simultaneously, but you actually step into your throw and have good presence about yourself and have good mechanics. It just makes all the world difference. More clean mechanics from him. And with more clean mechanics comes throws like that to Jennings for a touchdown. Look, if he cleans up some of the issues, it's not all bad here, man. It's not all bad. He's feeling it now, all right? He's feeling it. Fill the glass to the top with mow it. Look at that throw. Look at that throw. All right, man, stop playing, Will. Let's go to the next game. You having too much fun now. So now we find ourselves looking at Will Grier in the most damning game of his collegiate career. Like, this is the one that's the biggest indictment for me, anyway, on Will Grier. Like, some of the stuff that I've talked about, the dancing feet, jumping in the air, backpedaling, drifting, all that good stuff. Yeah, those things, those are correctable, though. This right here, not correctable. Because this is all, A-L-L, all decision-making. And it's against Kansas. It's not against Alabama, okay? It's not against Georgia, not against Auburn or LSU. It's against Kansas, okay? Let me repeat. It's against Kansas that he has one of his worst games. And we just saw a 4-interception game. And this one is worse. Let's show you why. So we start this off. It's a poor decision right here. Poor decision, poor ball placement. He should have been picked off here. God knows he didn't need another interception in this game. But clean pocket, steps into this one. What the hell are you doing? What in the hell are you doing, William? And he's William this entire game. What the hell are you doing? That should have been picked off. All right, here, he's knocked off the spot. All right, he panics. I told you, when he panics, everything changes. Footwork goes out the window. Everything changes. He panics. Pick. Okay, that's a bad ball. You got a big receiver on a smaller corner. If you're going to throw it there, throw it up high and allow your big guy to go up and get it. He throws it right there where the corner has access to it, and he gets picked off. He panicked, got bumped off the spot, makes a bad throw. Here, this is a nice throw, actually. On the move, it's incomplete because the receiver, I think, slows up and hesitates a little bit. But this isn't a bad throw by Will Grier. On the move to his left, it's actually not a bad throw at all. The receiver kind of hesitates. And if he keeps running through that football, that's a catch. But here we go. Another terrible decision, this time in the red zone. What are we doing here? You can't tell me you didn't see that guy standing right there. Like, that, there was no way that was getting completed. I got to give you a A for effort to chase this dude down and not make it a pick six, a 100-yard pick six. But God damn it, man. You're in the red zone. Don't do that, William. Don't do it. All right, he's not done with the chicanery, though. Let's take another look at this. There's no way that this is getting completed. I don't know if he's trying to throw the slant or if he's trying to throw the Z out. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not there. Whatever he's trying to do, it's not there. Don't do that. All right? And again, he gets the A for effort for chasing this guy down and not allowing this to turn into a touchdown. But he made the mistake in the first place. Here, another bad red zone interception. Like, what are you doing, bruh? Like, again, you can't look at that play and tell me that that was a good idea. If you think that was a good idea to try to fit that football in between two defenders, you need to wash your face and get your mind right. 3 first-half interceptions, 2 of them inside the 10-yard line. Inexcusable. Now here, you're having a really shitty day. Don't make it worse with the fumble, bro. Oh, my God. You're killing me right now, Will. And this is Kansas at the crib. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Anyway, this is a gritty play right here. Shit ain't going your way today. It's just not going. You're not having a good day. As a matter of fact, you're having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. But this is how you turn things around. You should have been sacked there. Instead, you take nothing and you turn it into something. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. But this time it actually turns into something. And that's a nice little slide. Give me 15 for that, man. Knocking my damn helmet off. I slid. Give me 15. So he tries to turn things around, but he actually doesn't. Here's a 3-man rush, great protection. In no way, at any point, is it okay to take a sack on 2nd and 6 with a 3-man rush. At no point is it okay. Throw it away. Run. Do something. Don't stand there and do that. Don't do that. So here, get out of there. Will, the pocket is collapsing. Get out of there, Will. Go. There's an escape route. Go, Will. Go. No, he takes a sack. Again, I don't know what to do with this guy right now. Now here, the game's pretty much over. You've overcome all of the mistakes, and he decides, I'll just put a nice cherry on top. This is a hell of a throw right here in the back of the end zone to David Sills, the 5th. But look, man, wow, was this game damning. You know, this guy had 4 turnovers, 3 in the first half, 2 in the red zone. Could have had a number of other turnovers. That one was scary, even. All right? So that one scared the hell out of me. Anytime someone would bring up, and I remember watching this live, and anytime someone would bring up Will Grier, I'd say, look, man, I watched the Kansas game. I don't talk to me about Will Grier. All right? And yeah, teams and players have bad games. I understand this. This isn't, as we saw in 2017 against Oklahoma State, this isn't a one-time thing, all right? I liken it to Ben Roethlisberger, I guess. You could, if you wanted to be on the side of Will Grier, you could say, hey, Ben's had these stinkers against Jacksonville where he's throwing 5 and 6 interceptions. Yeah, I hear you, but Ben's also won a Super Bowl championship, and Ben's also going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, none of which I think Will Grier will participate in his career. I can't say that. I shouldn't say that. But that's how I feel. In any event, I can tell you this much: Will didn't win shit at West Virginia, but that's nor here nor there. So next we go to Texas on the road in one of the best games, not just in the Big 12, but in college football in 2018. This was a fun one to watch. And you say what you want about Will Grier, and I know I make a lot of Will Grier's mistakes, but I can tell you this. I said this earlier in the breakdown. He's a gamer, and these guys last in the league because teammates want to play for guys like Will Grier that will put their bodies on the line, that isn't afraid to make any throw, and thinks that he can get it done at any time. And at the end of games, I'm not too sure that Will Grier isn't the guy that I want on the field. Like, I really think that this guy thinks I can get it done. And he shows that. Even in the Virginia Tech loss that I showed you earlier, I thought he did enough to give his team a chance to win late in that football game. Had a big-time run on 4th down, had a big-time run on the 3rd down, and in the throw into the end zone, it was there. You make that catch, you potentially send the game to overtime, and maybe you win it. This game here, he put out all the stops late and gave them a chance to win and made all the plays you had to make to win this game on the road against a Texas team that was one of the better teams in college football. And from a defensive standpoint, we know Texas plays defense. If nothing else, the Longhorns play defense each and every season. So this was a fun one to watch. So let's take a look at this one. So this first play, you get one-on-one up top, and I just need a better ball here. There's a little bit of pressure, but he didn't step into this throw at all. It's bad footwork, and that's why you get the ball kind of hanging in the air and incomplete. Here, this is a poor decision, and he just didn't see the underneath defender. He just didn't see him buzzing underneath this throw, and luckily it wasn't picked off, but he just didn't see that guy. Got to see him and see that throw, but he didn't recognize that. But here, this is great anticipation. David Sills wins, and he's open now. Flat-footed defender, end zone coverage. Throw it right over the top. That's gorgeous. That linebacker probably was supposed to carry him, even if he wasn't. As soon as he's even with that defender, you're leaving. You know the rules of the game to play. Even leaving, boy, was that great anticipation by Will Grier there. This throw, This is beautiful here. Tremendous ball placement in one-on-one coverage to your big, tall receiver on the outside. Give him a chance to go up and get it. That is gorgeous ball placement by Will Grier here. Now, this play, this is a baller play. You see the score. Let's stop. Stop it right now. And I need you to give me a game check right now. This is game awareness. Texas is leading in this game 41-34. So Will Grier and the Mountaineers, they need a touchdown. They need it right now. It's 23 seconds left in this game, fourth quarter. They got to have it, all right? And they can't have a field goal. They need a touchdown. So for all intents and purposes, game's on the line at this point. Now, watch what Will Grier does on this play. I mean, I remember I was at a bar out with my girl, and I was eyes glued to the television set. And I remember this throw like it was yesterday. So get pressure off the edge with the corner blitz. Texas is bringing pressure. Look at that. That's terrible footwork. Don't close your eyes. Again, if you're a young youth quarterback out there, close your damn eyes. Do not, I repeat, do not do what he just did. But that result, remember I talked about execution versus results? It doesn't get much better than that. Let's take a look at this again. I mean, this is the perfect example of execution versus results. Now, his execution is horrendous here. The man literally jumps in the air as he's throwing the football. But, man, you can't throw a football better than this. Look at this throw. Look at his footwork. Man, is that awful. A 2-foot throw. But look at the result, man. Like, damn, you can't throw that any better than that. That is gorgeous. And on the very next play, they go for 2, and he tucks it and runs it himself for the 2-point conversion and the win, 42-41 on the road versus Texas. It was quite the finish by Will Grier and the Mountaineers. So now we finish up in a big boy game. This is for all the marbles in the Big 12, a chance to play in the Big 12 championship. You're at home versus Oklahoma, rivalry game. Here's an opportunity for you to stake your claim as Will Grier, the West Virginia quarterback. Here's your chance to say, hey, this is my team and this is my conference and this is what I do. No, he's Will Grier. So keep that in mind. So let's roll the footage here. And so this first play, good fundamentals. Nice, tall, standing tall in the pocket, sets up shop quickly. Look at that ball. Look at that. I told you, when the fundamentals aren't jacked, the ball is generally there in an accurate fashion. So if I'm a team and I think I can clean up some of the inaccuracies, you might have something here. All right. Here, ball security. I talked about that fumble earlier versus Kansas. William. You're sacked. Don't fumble the ball. And this is a scoop and score, so that's a double whammy. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. It's a double whammy. Don't do that. So here, in the face of pressure, all right, delivers a money deep ball. So your guard gets beat. He's under duress. That's pretty solid footwork. 42 air yards. Money ball. Money, 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 money. That was a money ball. That was beautiful by Will Grier in the face of pressure. Here, this is an outstanding seam ball. All right. Good. Look at his feet. Nice set feet. Look at that throw. In between 2 defenders. That's a great seam ball there. Again, when he's set and he's in timing and rhythm and his footwork isn't all over the place, it's not all that bad. You still got to deal with some of the decision making. All right. Hit in stride before the safety can come over. Look at that throw. Come on. Are you serious? Come on. Will did his part. All right. Will did his part to try to help his team win this game. All right. He did his part. They got 49 points in 3 quarters of football. All right. Now, we get to some of the ugly. Trying to do too much right here. Trying to do too much. Spin. Oh, we spin it. Oh, shit. Here we go, William. All right. Remember that spin versus TCU? Yeah, about that. Not so much here. All right. And remember, we had a scoop and score earlier on the fumble. They did it again here. They did it again. Come on, William. Come on, William. Come on. Come on, William. Don't do it. So I told you, William did his part. He also did his part to make sure that they didn't win the game. Yeah, I know, guy. I know. I understand. That's the second time he's fumbled for a score for the other team in the game. I get it. I understand. And here, This is a bad ball. You know, it should have been picked off. He got lucky here. But this is a bad ball. A little bit of pressure coming off the edge. And I really don't know what he was doing here. And luckily, that defensive back has hands of stone. Literally, he can't catch. Claps in a whorehouse. That should have been a pick. But again, I said all of that to say this. Will Grier is very polarizing. He's a very polarizing prospect. I'm not a Will Grier fan. There's too many issues for me with decision-making, ball security, turnovers. You got to clean up. And, you know, it's always funny because you hear a lot of these talking heads talk about, you know, getting with the right coach and cleaning up fundamentals. When a guy is this old, I mean, most of the times you get these guys coming in the league at 23, you know, 22, 23 years old. I mean, seriously, how much are you going to really be able to change? At that point, it's almost habit now. You know, like, remember they tried to change Tim Tebow's throwing mode? You can't. He's too old now. You know, I just, some of that stuff, when the pressure's on, yeah, he can go to, you know, Jordan Palmer and work with him for 3 months and come out and light it up at his pro day. But when the pressure's on, you're going to revert back to what's most comfortable. And that's him jumping in the air and backpedaling and throwing. And I just don't see it with Will Grier. And so, in any event, my comp for him is a guy that is going to start for his 8th NFL franchise, which will be an NFL record. Yes, I'm talking about Fitty Ryan Fitzpatrick. And I think Will Grier, and when you look at the similarities, they're startling. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is 6'2". Ryan Fitzpatrick is right around 225 pounds. Ryan Fitzpatrick ran a 4.9 at his pro day. Will Grier ran damn near 4.9 at the combine. And you look at the way that they play the game. They play it with such life and zest. Will Grier is putting his body on the line on 4th and 4 to move the sticks. And he's diving for a first down. And he's spinning out of tackles. And he's got the guts of a burglar. All of these things, when you think of these things, the first quarterback that comes to mind is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, how many times have we seen Ryan Fitzpatrick run and take off and put his body on the line with reckless abandon? How many times have we seen Ryan Fitzpatrick just gut a team at 427 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and then the next week, 4 interceptions? Like, that's Will Grier. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick in a nutshell. He giveth, he taketh away. And I really feel like this. Will Grier is going to make a great backup in this league. And he's going to start. And he's going to start in numerous stops. But he will never be a guy you can build your organization around. That's how I feel about Will Grier. But I'm telling you, his teammates are going to love him. His teammates are going to love him. And I actually like Will Grier. Listen to him talk, do interviews. He's actually a pretty cool dude. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't think I'm wrong this time, though. But in any event, I'm your man, Louis T. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to the Louis T Network if you haven't already done so. And make sure you check out the Louis T Network podcast available on Stitcher, Google Music Play, iTunes, TuneIn, and, of course, the website, louistnetwork.net. If it's not your man, Louis T, it's not the best NFL coverage. It could be. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Louis T Network.